and I tag the video and I put some other stuff in. I put my thumbnail in. I turn copyright. I turn monetization on. I stipulate that there's no sexuality or nudity or violence or anything else in it. Submit it, and it's done. So it's kind of how the whole process goes after the show's over. So I'm sure that's why I got it.
Right.
See, if it was Mike, then we have to worry about it.
But I think like the last time I looked at the lives monetizations, like it was 0.002, right? So it's like,
Damn.
yeah. So it's what, like 0.2 of a cent made off of that video or something like that. So it's like, again, I'm not worried about it all. I don't care.
Add some more ads to it.
Yeah, I mean, the ads get stuck in the way they get stuck in. I don't ever manually adjust my ads. I just let the algorithm stick them in wherever they are.
I just watched Have Luggage Will Travel's Embarkation Day video, and that is a truly amazing vlog. Go ahead and check that out. It's from our celebration sailing. She got the whole group in one smooth shot, and the camera work on it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I watched your vlog on the ship tour, Jeremy. It's pretty nice.
It is, but it's incomplete. It is incomplete. I did not get a chance. Well, I had chances. However, I did not take them to run upstairs and get Bolt in action. So yeah, nice. I feel as though it's incomplete, but that's what I had. So I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Was Bolt shut down most of the time, like people say it is a lot of times?
It's just when it was running, it was extremely hot out there. We were traveling Southern Caribbean, and it was absolutely melting.
I get you.
Not to change the subject, but Rob, you asked a question the other day, and I ordered a second pair, so this is where they came from.
Zazzle? Okay. 10. Okay.
Nice.
Very good. Wayne's World Unlimited. Hello, just a quick hello. It's 3:30 in the morning here in the UK. Well, thank you for taking the time to say hello. Coffee walks in whatever. Rihanna is doing great. She's doing good at home. It's gonna take some time, but she'll be kicking Mike's behind real soon. Nothing more about that. Hello, Granny, filming again. Scott McNeil's in the house. Welcome in, sir. We also have Jennifer from Invocation Nation. Destination Fun still here with us. Glocker. Ooh, who's this Glock Family Adventures that I keep seeing here? Who knows? And out and about with Sam I Am is also here. And I saw somebody earlier, Brenda Canada from Canada somewhere. And Emily Archer is also here. Alphabet Fan 2022. I accidentally clicked on this. Well, welcome anyway. You could hang out with us. We talk about cruising and other paraphernalia that we might come up with. So welcome in. Fats and Trey also just made it. Thank you. And I hope you are doing well, Mike. Yes, and they are doing well. I don't know which Mike. I'm hoping you're referring to Mike from Rihanna Adventures, but the other two Mikes are doing good too. So, and it's probably Mike Clark because you've been buddies with him lately when it comes to booking cruises.
Sure, sounds like you're jealous, Eddie.
No whatsoever.
Jealousy will get you.
I got my two cruises here, and I got a third one out of surprise. So, to you.
Would you like to compare?
Already working on 3-4 next year, 2024. Already got 2 in the looks for 2025. So,
how many do you have booked right now, Clark?
8. That's 8?
It. Yeah, with another next cruise right here. So technically 9, I guess you could say.
Clock, you're on World America, right?
Yes.
So what's the date of that sailing? Is that the 12th?
April 12th.
Yeah.
That's correct. and Cruise Vet's on it now, and Embarkation Nation is on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got sucked
Jeremy,
in.
did y'all get on it?
Jeremy is considering it.
Considering it.
Considering it. It has not been. It has not been booked.
And I'm not one of.
I looked at the itinerary. I mean, the itinerary is okay, right? But it's nothing special.
I'm not doing it for the itinerary. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
because
right.
of
You're doing it for the ship,
The,
right?
the experience leaving New York City would be my reason.
We're not going out of New York. We're
Yeah,
going
it's
out of
not going
Miami.
out of New York. Yeah, it's
Oh, is
going
that
out of
Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
It's out of
Oh,
Miami.
wait a minute. There's another ship that we were talking about that leaves out of New York. I forget which one.
Benzio?
We talk about cruising all day.
Yeah.
The signals aren't registering.
You
Yeah.
blew my bubble here talking about New York. You got me all excited, and it's like, oh, we're out of Miami.
Yeah, it's going out of Miami.
Yeah.
So,
Cruises are actually cool. Yes, they are. They got you. They get you hooked.
Yes, they do.
That's a good thing.
They very addicting.
yeah.
For selling 3-week clock. Oh my lord! I feel sorry for you, Jeremy.
You're selling a lot more than 3 with us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So
We got
Booze Cruise
boosters.
this year.
I only got one.
Are you doing FRGC too? Or you
No.
did not do
No.
that? You're doing Tropic Like a Hot though, right?
Yes.
You doing Booze Cruise next year? Or not
Yes.
sure yet?
Haven't
3.
booked, but definitely already made up my mind. Yes.
Okay. And then Alaska?
In Alaska.
And then possibly the
Maybe.
World America.
Maybe World America. I don't know. Let's see how Tropic Like It's Hot goes, because it's 2 months later.
Yeah.
And then it precedes our
2025
and
is
then-
far,
and then it
right?
precedes our Alaska cruise as well, which is the same year in June. So I don't know. That's right. But that's right between 2 big ones,
Mhm.
Yep.
especially Alaska. I don't know. It's being considered. That's the best I can do.
Like I said this morning, every time I book something out that far, I always regret it because then like 10 other things come along that I want to do more.
Right.
And I'm stuck. So,
And so far, 2024, Booze Cruise 2 is the only one that I've even looked at or considered for next year. And that's Unbecoming. We got a private chat.
Hey, Bruce, when is that? What month is that Alaska cruise?
Okay.
June 15th.
Okay. I'm still pondering that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. I'm excited because
Bruce.
it's a helping hand for cruising one now. So
Bruce,
Yeah.
how much is that bear excursion? No, I'm serious. I'm actually
none of the excursions have been released yet, so I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I stumbled across this YouTube channel. You guys have I don't know, maybe some of you have heard of it before, like Party of 2 Travel or something like that, or Party of 2
Mhm.
Cruise or something.
Yes, I've seen them. Yes.
Party at 2 Cruising.
So, yeah, they have a bunch of Paradise videos right now that are, I guess are their latest videos. So I don't know. And what they mentioned was in the beginning of the video that I saw was that during their entire cruise, the ship was like everything was busted. Everything was broken. Things were closed or out of service, or maintenance was working on things or whatever. So maybe that's why they're dry docking it. You know, maybe things are just
It could be.
falling apart on it.
Yep. Definitely.
They had this one scene or whatever where like one of the pool deck windows, like, you know, the whole deck, you know, deck high window or whatever, completely busted out. They had plywood over it. So it's kind of interesting. The only time I ever saw that was when I was on Grandeur, when a chair or like a table slid all the way across the entire deck and slammed into it and broke it.
My sister hated that ship.
Grandeur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
She
on
was
Grandeur
garbage in the seas.
last cruise before the shutdown during COVID. I remember like sitting in the cabin. I was on a laptop looking at stuff, and I looked at my wife and I was like, "Hey, this thing that's going on in China is like seems like it's kind of getting a little out of control." Little did you know, in the next couple of weeks it was going to be really out of control. Yeah, so it was the last cruise before they shut down.
Yep.
I like the schooner bar on Grandeur. You know, I thought it was kind of neat how it kind of connected to that Southern Pacific area or whatever. Lounge.
Yeah, so that was out of Baltimore. So I mean, it can only get small ships in there because of the stupid Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Just knock it down.
Seriously, I actually sent an email to Larry Hogan's office one time, and I was like, can't you do something about that bridge? Is there any state grant money for building a terminal in Annapolis?
They've got all those other tunnels in that area, so
Who knows?
It'd be so nice to have something a little further down where we wouldn't have to worry about that.
I always said, like, if they would build a terminal in Annapolis, you could get an Oasis class ship up into that part of the Chesapeake.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a problem.
That's right. So, girl, what you up to? Yeah, you got that right. I know Alice was looking at MSC the last
Alexa,
couple of days. So,
turn on the cabin. Wait.
Hey, stop that.
Alexa.
He turned off his
Hey,
camera.
Mike,
So his mic.
Squawk, what did you pay for the World of America, the MSC?
We did the drink package because it has the gratuities and crap. You got to pay for that. But it was $17.49, I think.
A person or together?
No, together for the interior.
I was just looking at it. They've gone up since then.
Oh yeah, they definitely. Yeah, I think when I looked at it, it was like $10.38.
The one that I'm seeing that's available, the lowest interior is $14.78 per person.
Oh wait, I
I
gotta go
paid
look.
$2,000
I looked
for mine,
earlier.
but I did that whatever that Aurora package or whatever, the upgrade. So,
But I didn't put in because we did the matching, so I don't know at gold with MSC if it'd be low or not.
So I've been talking about trying to go on this ship since I heard about it because it was going to be like an Oasis class ship and all. So I was on an email list to have it like as soon as the bookings came out. So I got an email the 1 week that says you can now book for World America first sailing. So I booked that first week.
Nice.
So I'm seeing that too, $14.78, Bruce. So I'm in MSC book right now. So $14.78. Looks like Ocean View is $18.18. Fantastica balcony $20.58. Aurora is $3.18, and there is one yacht club category available. It's
that's the way you gotta go, from my understanding.
Yeah, deluxe suite for $67.18.
That's I think you
which is a real bargain over the cost of like a Star Loft suite on an Oasis class ship at $27,000, right?
Yeah.
So it's a real bargain for that. And then there's also free drinks and Wi-Fi, which is
Oh yeah, with the yacht club. I mean, I just booked a couple on the yacht club. On I think it was the Seashore, and I mean they get their own personal butler.
Yeah.
It's a concierge that's attached to your room.
Yeah, theirs is a lot cheaper than the Royal one.
I'm on Maravilla out of Brooklyn, New York in February of 24 in Yacht Club. So, looking forward to the experience. So
I don't think Eddie knows what he's doing. Eddie's breaking stuff.
Yep.
Yep. He's playing.
Yeah, I'm
He's
bringing
playing
stuff.
around.
As you guys are talking, I'm on the private chat and checking some stuff. But yeah, like I said, my wife is looking into
Oh,
MSC, and so we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. But you never know. Um, we'll see if we if she have foreign land to usually have a chance to go when on a cruise. Um, it all depends on the port. Sometimes there's ports that you could be there 8 hours. Some other ports you could only be there 4 hours. It all depends on your itinerary from the ship itself. Um, when you book your, I believe that when you book your cruise, you can check where you're going, and hopefully it gives you the times of how long you might be there. But it all depends, right, Bruce?
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard it's hard to tell. I could tell you right now, tomorrow's cruise is 8 hours. Then you get there, and the cruise captain decides not to go in. So because
Yeah, I've definitely had my cruises changed while we were on the cruise, as
Yeah.
far as the time in port because something happened or whatever.
Always, always, look at the fine print, because on everyone's contract it says that the itineraries are subject to change. So you just
Yep.
never know. There's lots of reasons why they may miss subject to change. So
right.
My question is Victoria worth getting off if you're only going to have 4 hours there?
nope, we don't. But I've gone up there a lot in Washington. But yeah, for 4 hours,
You could
I
take
mean,
it.
they do some things, but we just stay on. It's
You
not.
can take a cab to the.
Anyways, with us, we didn't even get in until 8 o'clock at night.
We only get 4 hours in Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the itineraries I've been on, and the itinerary on our Alaska cruise in 2025, it's 4 hours in Victoria. Yeah.
Is there
By the way,
anything at port?
the gold discount on that World America, it brings it down to 1361. Not a huge
Oh, okay.
discount, but a little bit of one.
Okay.
I'm going to let it go. You guys later.
Oh, that's Z's baby mama, right?
Hey, Ross.
I was like, is he in the chat or something?
He is in the chat. So.
Z's hacking in with the with his computer show.
Yep. There she is.
Special guest appearance.
Yes.
Who we lost? We lost Rob.
Hey,
Right here.
No, Rob's here. Bruce stepped out for a second.
No, Ross got
Bruce
off.
is still up there.
Ross is
Bruce
gone.
is probably on the phone or something. All right, is this?
Ross said he had to get up early tomorrow.
I've done a Disney cruise. Has anyone done one or have any opinions about them? Disney cruise.
Expensive.
Not at all interested.
Nope.
yeah, it's not for me.
I'm interested just to see how it is as far as a cruise standpoint, but unless I get one hell of a discount, I'm not doing one.
Yeah, I don't. There's no plans for us to do Disney. Then again, there was no plans for us to do Celebrity, and out of the blue, Alice booked one. So you never know.
So I'm about to take a princess cruise, so I'm definitely interested, curious about the princess experience. And I also am chomping at the bit to get on Virgin.
Same
I would
here.
like to do a Virgin just to see how it is.
That's the only reason why I'm doing it, is for the
Right.
experience. I could
It-
care
it-
less. Because
also-
Virgin is they're so narrow-minded in their itineraries. It's like one or the other, right? Like they have these like clever little names, like they call it like Dominican Days or something like that, and then they have like another name for another itinerary that goes to like Bahamas, or like then I think there's a third one that goes to like Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic or whatever. But anyway, so like they're really just really kind of like hyper focused on specific itineraries, and they're only doing a couple of them. I will do it just for the experience, but I cannot imagine me wanting to do them on a regular basis.
That's right. So, Garrett, the Mustard Drill, Cruising Fun Anytime, JNS Adventures, and Ocean to Ocean Travel. They all of them. There are travel agents. They could you could get in touch with any one of them, and they will help. They could help you and give you better advice, and hopefully put you in the right track. But that's one reason we don't do Disney. It's a little bit too expensive. Unless you have kids and stuff that you want to bring in, then you could do so. But me, no, I don't have any feel for it. So we'll see what happens. You never know. And I'm from Miami. That I used to go to Orlando a lot to the Disney park. So I just don't go anymore. It's getting too, even in the park, it's getting too much of a hassle. So that's how it goes. So very good. Glad you got it. Because I know Clark was gonna go on one, but then he decided to change it. And I like Cruise Bass says he's right. He could go in 2 cruises for the price of one Disney. So
it was almost 3 that I could do. It was $12,000 for 5 of us.
How much?
$12,000 for 5 of us.
Wow.
For one
now,
Disney cruise.
I mean, I could go on cheaper cruises, so I definitely could get 3 cruises out of it. But normally on an Oasis class, it's about $1,000 a person. So 2.5.
Yep, and you get your discount too for being El Cheapo. you look for Groupons codes and stuff like that and get coupons for stuff. So yeah, and he brings stuff from home too to go cheaper on the sales. You did it in the bloggers. He brought his own beer, his own liquids and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know how he did it. But somehow he brought all that stuff in.
You got it on there, huh?
Yeah,
I had a drink package, so I didn't take any beer,
including the pineapples.
including pineapples. Thank you for reminding me, and it may clarify to everybody. Yes,
I had one pineapple that Eddie Lugo put on my door.
Okay, Mike.
That's the
Thank
big
you, Eddie.
hubbub.
See you later.
What was the orientation of that pineapple on your door?
I believe it was upside down like this.
See, look at that.
No. Mike, do you remember?
He put it there himself.
Mike, do you remember where you need to put the pineapple on my door?
I'm not sure, but I think I heard 6322.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, that's his cabin. We're gonna get him. Don't worry.
Or is it?
It's probably Bruce's cabin.
We'll knock on the door and make him come out. Say, by the way, here. Hashtag CVA. What happened to pineapple, Chris Ben?
Right.
I changed it up.
Yeah, I think I dropped the hashtag pineapple the other day or something.
Yeah, it was last night. I think whenever.
I was a little surprised.
When I saw it, I started laughing like, "Oh, he went there. All right, let's make it current." And then I forgot to do it, so he got lucky.
Hey, Mike Clock. You said that MSC matches status.
Yes.
Because I know, like before we go on that cruise, I should be diamond before then. So
Nice.
And that's what I'm shooting for.
yeah.
You don't have to do it right away. You can do it anytime you want to.
Okay.
Just as long as you do it before we go on the cruise.
Do they do anything? I mean, like, what does MSC do? Like the similar thing, or like with the drink vouchers or whatever? I mean, is it worthwhile to even?
Scott, do you know? I mean, it's worth it only because, like, if you plan on going on MSC after this and keep the status up, then you do get discounts on different cruises and stuff like that. I can't remember what all the benefits is. It does have a few different benefits with it.
Yeah, so it has there's depending on the cruise, it's 5 to 10. Like if you're gold, so I status match off of Diamond on Royal Caribbean or Platinum off of Carnival, so that got me gold, which is the next top status on MSC. So that's like 5 to 10% discount. You get some priority stuff. You get like 3 hours in the thermal spa, once per sailing or something like that. So it's not a ton of stuff, but it's a little bit. So I think my gold status brought the inaugural sailing on World America from 1478 to 1361. Again, not huge, but a little bit of a discount. So
Yeah.
I'm just doing it because it's something that this will be my first MSC, and if I'm going to be able to status match, then I might as well try it when I get to a higher rank.
Yeah, this will be my first MSC too. So
I have a spreadsheet somewhere that shows what every cruise line and hotel loyalty matches
How
to.
they equate to it.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I actually have another window open right now. I'm peeking around trying to find where I have it, but not sure
it
where.
would be really
Computer's
good
going crazy.
if they end up making that new MSC terminal in Galveston. That that might be something.
Somebody else announced that the MSC is building 6 ships, something like that, for America.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it was
So-
5.
Okay, so I found it here. So this is what it is. So so if you're platinum on Disney, then you get diamond, which is black card, which is the top. If you're diamond in Hilton, you get diamond. You look here. If you're 4-star in Holland, you get diamond. If you're a globalist in Hyatt, you get diamond. If you're elite on Princess, you get diamond. If you're platinum on Princess, you get diamond. If you're pinnacle or diamond plus on Royal, you get diamond.
So we get one down from diamond then.
Yeah, so I'm so if you're diamond plus, you get diamond on MSC. I'm diamond on Royal, close to diamond plus, but I already status matched, so I'm kind of screwed on that. But so I got gold. Best Western, so it matches Best Western. So Carnival Diamond
It's gold.
is gold, yeah, and Platinum is gold. Celebrity Elite is all gold. Disney gold. Let me look here. IHG in a spot like Spire Elite is gold. It looks like every NCL status matches to gold. So here I think I can only share. Hold on here. Let me see if I can do this.
Now, how do you know what it matches up to?
Here, Eddie. I don't know if you can share that or not, so people can take a look at it. I don't know if you're able to scroll it, or if it just shares where I was at in my scroll.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
So, but yeah, I mean that's the. I mean, it's a pretty long spreadsheet, so. But yeah, you mean you really just have. I mean, it's for diamond. It looks like the only way you get to the top status. Now I know that Josh from Moonlight Adventures he status matched into Diamond on MSC, but I don't know what he status matched from.
I think he used. I want to say he said Hilton or something. Hilton Marriott or something.
Yeah, well, here. So I'm scrolling back up where the diamond is on this. So let me present it here again, Eddie, and you can share it.
Yeah, both Josh and with Moonlight Adventures and SCT Adventures status from their hotel, which I thought was Hilton.
Yeah, well, it would. So as you can
Okay.
see from the sheet, he would have to be Diamond and Hilton
Right.
in order
And
to
they
be
both
Diamond.
are, I believe, because they travel all the time.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, as much traveling as Josh does for work and all.
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. So that's how. So as long as you sail within once every 36 months, you get to keep it. So.
Nice.
Hey, Eddie, Brooklyn is in the house for real.
Uh-oh. Hola.
Oh yeah, look.
Man on the panel and in the chat, Brooklyn, it's in the house. For real. Yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, baby? Ich liebe dich. Yo, yo, yo.
Alice, I just want you to know that Eddie said that it's your fault he did not get a nap today.
Yep.
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I said it. I said it. See, I'm not like you, Mike. That you scare yourself because you know Rick is
I'm
gonna.
not scared. I say it to her all the time.
She must be out like a trunk right now, sleeping.
Like
You
a
think
trunk?
he's saying something like that. Ricky, Ricky.
Can't hear.
Spatty pants, huh? You hide the conversation, so she's sleeping. That's why you're saying what you're saying. Don't worry. How is it my fault? I'm not there. That's right, baby. Because I was thinking of you. I miss you, so I couldn't sleep.
That's not what he said.
I couldn't
He
take a
said
nap.
you were constantly texting him and sending them pictures.
See, Mike tried to get me in trouble, baby.
So the air is getting a little better here right now. What about up there, Alice?
Yeah, man. How's the area in New York? I know you would say it was a little bit clear. We didn't look as
Like
bad.
I said on the morning show today, right? Like, so I live 10 minutes from the capital of Harrisburg, and we had the worst air quality out of the entire affected area. So the scale only goes to 500. New York had 484, but Harrisburg, Pennsylvania had 491.
Oh,
So we had like the worst air quality out of every affected area. So, but it's actually a little better today, and it's supposed to just keep getting better from here on out. So
So is the fires out now, or what's the deal?
I don't know if they're out, but I think the wind pattern is shifting. At least we won't be affected by it.
Bruce, are you getting any of it up there?
No, it's right. They're getting a little bit right by the border, but not down by us. No.
I'm working in Virginia, and it's going all the way down to Virginia.
Yeah. I mean, it's going down pretty low, but I mean, like we had the worst of it here, and I'm not sure why we had it so bad here. I guess just the way the winds were or whatever, it brought a higher concentration of it here. But we made like ABC World News about it because
That happens to us every year whenever the Saharan desert air comes over this way. It's just like this big cloud that sits over Texas for almost a week.
Yeah.
During the summer.
It's been really rough here. So I'm looking forward to getting the heck out of here.
he says that the air in Brooklyn is very clear right now. So
Yeah, I see that. That's good. It's
Yeah.
good. I mean, I think they said the air pattern, the winds were going to shift and it was going to carry it away from it. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to it actually busting, something higher than, I mean, it was 69 degrees here all day today. And they said it was because the air was, the ash is so thick in the air, it was blocking out all the sun. It just couldn't get any warmer than that here.
It got up close to 90 over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like about mid 80s, So, but it for the last 3 days, it's struggled to hit 70.
It's gonna get warmer.
Yeah, I had a heated hoodie on earlier because it was just so cold.
Oh my God. Some of it needs to blow down to Texas.
Yeah.
The wind pattern needs to come this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely hot today.
Yes, it was.
You definitely had to have the AC on max in the truck today.
I mean, I don't know how long I would be able to tolerate it, but like I have zero. I mean, I'm just abnormally cold all the time, so I have zero sympathy for any of that. Like I could use some of that in my life right now. So.
Question in the chat. So I've got the passport card that can be used to get on cruises. Is there still a benefit to bringing my passport on a cruise?
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the passport card's not good in every situation. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I also, if you have to fly home, I don't think you can use that for flying.
No, you
Nope.
can't.
No.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I said. It's not good for every situation. It's only good for like I think land-based crossing.
Canada, Mexico.
Canada and Mexico. That'd be it.
Yeah. If it leaves from the U.S. and returns back to the U.S., that's good, but there still has to be a flight. Are you in America? That is a good question.
I use my card to book it. Like when they ask for passport information, I use my card so that way I don't have to show that. But I bring my my blue book or whatever.
Like the card has the same number as the passport, right?
I don't know.
Don't know.
It should.
I've only had the book.
Yeah, I've only ever had the book too. So.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
I only got the book.
I can only get
Like
the
now,
book.
I almost had to get the card because the idiot legislature in my state literally passed a law for making it illegal to require real ID. And then they had to walk it back 3 years later when the federal government said, great, then I guess nobody from Pennsylvania is ever going to travel anywhere because we're not budging on it. So, yeah. So then I was going to get the card at that point, but then they walked it back. So I was able to get real ID. So I only kept the book.
Yep.
I mean, I got the card because I used to be stationed in San Diego, and I used to go down to Rosarito all the time. I used to drive down there, so it was just convenient to have.
Yep. They read your face and you're out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I carry my passport everywhere I go. No matter if I don't even bring it out of my pocket, it's always there.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens, you never know.
Yeah, well, like here's the interesting thing. I was in Virginia not long ago, right? Again, before Pennsylvania had real ID. So I was in Virginia and I wanted to go to the to this lighthouse, right? But believe it or not, this lighthouse is like in public space, but in order to be able to get to it, you have to pass through a military base. So the only way you could pass through the military base is if you had a federally recognized ID. And Pennsylvania driver's licenses were not federally recognized because they weren't real. They weren't like real ID, right? So if we had not had our passports with us, we could not have visited. So it's kind of a weird scenario.
Yep.
Got that right.
There's a game update. Denver beat Miami.
So is it over now, or are they up, or?
No
Are they
idea.
like-
I'm just reading the chat. I don't follow sports at all.
Oh. I mean, I don't have a team in the fight anyway, so.
Denver's leading 3-1.
Ah, okay.
So just one more.
They definitely dominated
I don't
Lakers.
follow the NBA ever since Oklahoma stole our team. So.
Why was that?
The Supersonics.
Oklahoma. That's where they at now, right? Oklahoma. They left
They are.
the state and went down there. Kind of
Yeah,
weird.
they're in Oklahoma City.
Hopefully they got him another
And
deal. or something.
now we're probably going to be going through the same fight again like we did a few years ago with the Seahawks because they're up for sale again. It's probably going to be some owner come from out of state to buy them and try and move them again, just like it happened back in the 90s.
I love to annoy my son every time I say, you know, like he's like, oh, hey, did you see the Texans are playing? I was like, oh, you mean the Houston Oilers?
Yep.
Oh my Lord. that's the way it goes, you know.
He's like, oh, Dad, like my team's the Ravens, right? Like I'm the only person that lives in Pennsylvania that doesn't love the Steelers or the Eagles. So Ravens are my team. So
well, you guys stole a team.
Yeah, I was about to say they're the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I know, right? Because like you know, and he always says, you know, like he says to me, like he'll come back to me on that or whatever, and he was like, oh yeah, like the Baltimore Colts, Dad.
It happens, you know. It happens.
We get you real good then.
Well, I guess the A's are moving to Las Vegas apparently.
Yep.
What's that?
The Oakland Athletics, I guess they're moving to Las Vegas. From the
They're
sound
following the Raiders.
That seems to be the talk.
Oh my goodness, Oakland's not going to have a professional team. Wow.
That's it. Well, they'll have the Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You should see that the Oakland's A's park. That place needs to be torn down. Last time I was back in 2020, I think it's the last time I was in California working, and I got to see it. Now that place needs to be torn down. The Warriors have a brand new arena right next to it, but it looked like I don't know, one of those parks, baseball park that you forget about, you know, from back in the 50s and 60s. That's what it looked like. Even the colors and everything outside were pretty bad. I'm like, this place needs to go. So no wonder they're getting in the heck out of there. They probably don't want to buy them build them a new stadium. So,
you know, cruising is fun anytime. And Alice Lugo just chimed in with the same team, New York Giants.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
New York Giants.
This is going to become an NFL chat.
Yeah.
Jared says that he lives in Maryland, where the Ravens are. Look at
Where
that.
I am.
Right.
I'm in Maryland.
Oh my!
I'm 45
Oh,
minutes-
Larry's
I'm
here.
45 minutes
Yep.
from Maryland.
Hey, Plump Travelers.
Larry, let me know if you wanna come into the in the panel too, so I can send you the link.
I'm sure he does.
Otherwise, you're out of trouble. Let me see if I could find him.
If I'm a betting person, he'll join.
Yeah, okay. I found him. Let me hit message. Boom.
Yeah, if you were a sports team right now, or you owned a sports team right now, you would love to have a team in Vegas because, I mean, I think they sell out all their damn sports teams, all like the Raiders and the Knights and all sell out. I think every game because everybody that goes to Vegas wants to do something, and they always try to hit up the sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alice says that's because we're besties.
They're besties.
Oh my Lord. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody in the house. Dun dun dun.
Oh,
Very-
Full house again.
Hello,
here.
everyone.
He's here.
Hello.
I gotta go.
What's going on?
yeah. Bye, Robbie. You better go.
All right.
Ran them off.
Before
Wait.
you fall asleep.
I was just going to say, yeah, Rob's not snoring. What happened?
Oh, hold on a second.
Somehow we've been keeping him awake. Oh,
Wow, you're doing good, Eddie.
yeah.
There it goes.
He sounds like a lawnmower now. Oh
I,
my God.
I got him one night. He was sleeping, and I took his photo, and then I photoshopped him on the moon.
Whatever happened to that one?
It's probably still in your messenger, Rob. You can probably find it.
Oh, it's buried.
Oh yeah, buried deep in there. How is everything tonight, Eddie, and everyone else?
Doing pretty good today, sir.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Do it. Oh, there's Bruce too. Hi, Bruce.
Larry?
Mike. Let's see who else we got. Oh, the other Mike.
Other Mike.
And the
And
other
then
Mike.
the other Mike.
And then the other Mike. And then cruising is fun anytime. I follow you. I follow everybody here, actually. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Scott's in here somewhere.
I know. Or were you just doing like some Dominus, throw into the temptation of me? Oh,
Bada bing, bada boom.
So what are we talking about tonight? Let's hear it.
We're
Baseball.
talking about.
Let me guess. Wait. I can guess.
The boom.
Are we talking about cruising?
Yes,
There we go.
Eh,
Could be.
that's the hot topic.
It's the hot topic.
Yes.
And how many TAs we have in the house?
How many one?
TAs.
Travel agents.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Is he right?
I'm really considering it.
Who just said they're considering? Oh, Mike, you're considering it?
I've considered it. Yes.
With the amount that you cruise much more than me, and I've already considered it and joined. So it'd be great benefit for you.
Yep.
There you go.
Mike messaged me.
Okay.
Yes. Message Bruce. Bruce will help you.
And I'll message Larry.
How's your air up there, Larry?
How's the what?
Air.
Your
The
oxygen.
air, actually, where I'm at on the coast, because I'm on the West Coast.
Right.
Yes, in British Columbia, there are some fires, which happens every freaking year. But amazingly, where I'm at, no, it's not affecting us at all. But the lower mainland, where Vancouver is and stuff, yeah, they're getting it quite bad. It's all across Canada.
My son's in Bellingham, and they're getting some.
Yep. Which is right next to Vancouver. So so Bellingham is basically what they call out in the valley, and that's closer to where all the fires are going, which are coming south in the central BC. It's sad. It's sad seeing all that. We had that a couple years ago. It was bad. It was like a really evening time during the day because of all the smoke and coughing, and couldn't keep your windows open. And
Yeah.
but yeah, America, Eddie, you're getting it down where you're at. No, you're in Georgia. I forgot. You're not in New York anymore.
And Alice just said that it's all clear up there. So, I mean,
okay.
it seems to be clear. So, or it's getting better. That's what I'm hoping too. You know, kids and all that. They have some stuff going on Saturday and Sunday. So that's why she went up there, and she's coming back Monday night back to Georgia. So I know she's enjoying the time up there. They did cookies up
Where did they go?
Brooklyn. She's in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Oh, it's really bad in New York State and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is much better. I asked her to take pictures when she left LaGuardia on the way to Brooklyn.
Oh, I've never been out of LaGuardia or any of that, or JFK. Oh man, that would be such a cool photo, because I took photos here when it was happening, but I was never in a plane. But that would be such a cool photo to see.
Yeah, but it was all clear.
Oh wow!
And it wasn't red or anything like that. It was all light blue. I'm like, oh man, I missed it. Oh well, because I was hoping she'll be she filmed as she was landing in nothing exciting or anything like to be like wow, firsthand and stuff like that. But nope, I didn't get that lucky. So
ATL is another bucket list airport I need to fly into. I have never been to yet either.
ATO.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Oh, ATL.
Huh?
ATL.
Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I?
I don't know. It sounded like you said ATO.
Oh no! Sorry, ATL.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah, that place is huge.
That
place is huge.
I think the biggest airport I've ever experienced, I don't know, like LAX.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not as big as ATL, but yeah.
I used to like LAX, but the last couple times I've been through that way, no, I don't like it. It's too small.
Yeah.
Terminal 2 is way too stuffy, and everybody's sitting on top of each other at the gates, and
Charlotte was pretty big.
We'd love Harrisburg International with its 6 gates.
6 gates? Oh my God!
Wow.
Ouch!
You'll love Heathrow.
Oh, I know. I'll love Heathrow.
Like, how can you
Massive.
be an international airport when you only have 6 gates?
Yeah, how is that possible?
Yeah, that's what it is, though. Its ticker is MDT.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually here. She's on her way to Singapore. Oh, no, the Philippines. She's going to the Philippines.
That's my number 1 bucket list country to visit. Oh,
She's going to LAX, and then from there on the 20th, she's flying over there for a couple of weeks, hanging over there. She has,
My number 1 is China, and my number 2 is Cuba, and I was lucky enough to get to Cuba.
Cuba. Wow, interesting. You say that.
Yeah,
I wanna go to Japan.
I love my day in Cuba.
Now, it's not open for Americans right now, is it? Still
No, but when it was, I was lucky enough to go there on. I went
a cruise.
Royal Caribbean Empress of the Seas. So
and that was only for a short period, wasn't it? That they opened that
Yeah.
up for you guys? Yeah.
very short window. I looked at my wife and I said, either you go with me or I'll see you later.
For a channel like yours, that was a great thing.
Oh, I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just absolutely. I mean, I can say all these really great, uplifting, positive things about it, and it would still not do it justice.
Oh wow.
It was just incredible.
I cruised by Cuba, going down to
Same
Aruba.
here.
Yep. Me too. I
I want
tried
to go to
to.
Japan.
Japan would be nice.
Yeah, I want to hit the Disney parks in Japan.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I like the Disney parks.
But I do wanna-
I'm assuming all you guys have sailed more than I have. I've done 2 cruises. Is that it?
Oh,
I've done
well,
Okay. Eddie, how many you?
in the last 5 years, 4.
4?
In 80s and 90s, about 33.
How many?
About 33 back in the 80s and 90s.
33?
Yep.
Wow.
33.
Holy freak.
Yeah. I
My
did
clock.
a lot of cruising back then.
My clock
I've
used to
done
be
9.
cruise a lot. 9?
No, I started.
Bruce?
I didn't start till 2016.
Oh wow. You're a new guy like me then. Bruce?
I've done 14 so far.
Oh, okay. So you got your status up there. You're platinum now.
We just turned platinum on our last cruise.
Ah, nice. And then Mike from I can't remember your channel.
Like Korean Adventures?
Yes.
0.
You've
He's
never
still-
done a cruise?
He's still a
We're going on
rookie.
our
You're
first
still
one
a
this
virgin.
year. Or no,
It's gonna be a blue
next
card
year.
next year, 2024.
Oh.
Next year.
You're going on one next year. When is it?
With Eddie.
And what ship?
Carnival Paradise.
And what month?
October 28th.
Oh, that's a group cruise, I hear.
That's the
Yeah.
Boost Cruise 2.0.
Eddie, I already know.
The secret Booze Cruise 2.0.
Most of us are on that one too.
Yep.
And I can't remember your first name, but a muster drill.
Scott. My
Scott.
first name is Scott.
You've been on 100 and how many?
54.
54. Holy
Damn.
154 cruises. How much
Now-
have you done?
That's multiple cruise lines, right?
Oh my God. Yes. Almost every cruise line. So.
Oh wow. And you're like diamond status, platinum, all that. Yeah.
Have you
yeah.
done any river cruises, Scott?
No, you know what? I really like. I tell you, Bruce, I have got the bucket list from and River is definitely on it. So
One of
I said
our
I was
bucket
thinking about doing
is,
that.
is Viking through Germany.
Yes, the Rhine. The Rhine,
Yeah.
yes. I was like, that was the next thing coming out of my mouth. Rhine is at the top of my river bucket list. So.
Okay, cruise vet.
I've been on 12 now.
Well, nice. And then let me see if I remember your name. Nope, I'm losing your name. I follow over 500 channels, by the way, guys. So I apologize if I don't remember. I do remember faces. The one next to Rob. No, I already know Rob.
me.
Jeremy.
I've been on 7.
7. Okay, nice. And I've been on 2. And Robbie, you've been on more than 1, Rob. You've been on more than 2, Rob. Come on,
Yes.
keep going.
4,
3.
3.
5, 4,
4.
Wow.
5,
Now, Rob, officially,
8, 9.
Rob, officially, how many do you have booked right now? More than that, Eddie. More than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh-oh.
quite a few more than that.
Rob
I'm
holding
booked-
back? Is Rob like me?
I gotta look.
I'm booked at least 4 with them.
Wow.
No.
Yes, Rob, 4.
So has
Hey, Eddie,
anybody
to answer
been to
that,
1,
the
2.
one you have up right now, I know that Paradise has really good food. I don't know about Mrs. Sancho's, but Paradise does.
Oh, I keep hearing there's people either say Paradise or Mr. Sancho's.
Yeah.
So like
Paradise
I've been
Pizza
to
has
I've
good
been to
food.
Mr. Sancho's, right? And most of the time I go to Nachi Cacombe, right? So I've been going
That's
to
another
Nachi
one I'm hearing about.
like 2008, and I've probably been to Nachi, gosh, like 10 or 15 times, honestly. Like I just love it so much, I just keep going back. So
We did Nachi Cacombe on our last one and absolutely loved it.
yeah, it's an absolute gem. So,
Yeah.
Paradise is the only one I've ever been to.
I've been to 4 different places in Mexico, but never been to Cozumel yet.
And that's the thing, Scott. A lot of people don't even
Wow.
know about Nachi Cacombe, which is
I
crazy.
know. So right.
It's
I
like
mean,
a hidden
absolutely.
gem.
Yes. Like I will say that to a lot of people. Like they're like, where are you going? I'm like Nachi. They're like, where's that at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always kind of like lower key. There's I mean it's never like deserted, but it's never like massively crowded like
Yeah.
Mr. Sancho's is, right?
Yeah.
So
That's on Cozumel, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I go to my favorite by far, my absolute favorite place to go, favorite beach day in Mexico is in Costa Maya, and it's Maya Chan. So
Wow, interesting.
love Maya Chan so much. Like I'm very good friends with the owners, and love Maya Chan. Can't say enough about Maya Chan. The people are amazing. The beach is amazing. Everything is amazing at Maya Chan. The only thing that's terrible about Maya Chan is it takes a good 30 minutes to get there.
Mm.
From from the time you walk, if you're ever at Costa Maya, you walk all the way to the end of the pier. You go all the way through the maze of a port area or whatever. You finally make it outside the gates. You have to walk probably about maybe a quarter mile, possibly just shy of a half a mile down into like away from the port down into the town to meet where their meeting place is, and then spend 30 minutes in the cab. But I promise you, it is worth every single minute of effort.
Our favorite out of all the ports we've been, our favorite is actually Mahogany Bay Roatan, right
yeah.
there at the Carnival Cruise Port, the beach
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
just fabulous. The staff is outstanding. Just
That is awesome. I
Yeah.
love that place.
Yeah, Mahogany Bay is a really nice place. So the only thing I don't like about Mahogany Bay is the beach is so close to the ships.
Yeah.
The ships stir up all of the sediment or whatever.
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
And the water is very murky. Like, not that really matters much
Right.
when you're sitting on a tropical beach, right?
It's Roatan.
Yeah, right. Like, it
Good
doesn't
to do
matter
that.
that much. It's just that, you don't get to see that really beautiful Caribbean water just because it's so
Right.
murky from the ships coming in. But
Mike, don't get me in trouble, Mike. I'm about to
So
find
you-
out.
Eddie, you're going on 4 cruises?
Apparently, yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
We got a little investigation going on in the chat too. Alice, what 4 cruises might you be referring to?
I know we have the Boost now in October. I know we have the Prima in January. I know
Yep.
we had that Celebrity in June.
Yep.
And there's my cruise, but that cruise is not booked yet. It's just the small deposit is being put in, but that's
Right.
it. Not really booked. So
Maybe she just put the regular deposit on, or maybe she's just counting it.
I don't know. But we'll find out.
Bruce may know.
Okay.
Bruce is
Hey,
to be quiet.
Eddie, this prissy person in the chat is our oldest daughter. She's going on her first cruise June 16th through the 20th on the Breeze. List the places you recommend going whenever they make it to Cozumel.
Well, the only time I've been to Cozumel was back in February, and we did walk to the port. That day was extremely overcast and it was humid. We did walk around the port, bought a few things, and it was so hot and so humid. I told Ali, let's get back to the ship. So we went back to the ship, and as soon as we got in the ship, it poured down. I know Mike went to Paradise Beach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I know there's
And the food there was good, and like the service there was great. So we had a lot of people there, which the Huddle Adventure said we had a lot more than what you would normally see anytime you go there. And we still probably had 3 servers for every table that was out there. So the service was great. You never had to wait on any drinks. The food would go in and you'd get it by maybe 20 minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later. And it's unlimited. So say you're hungry, you can order, say, 2 things of shrimp and a thing of shrimp tacos or a different type of tacos, and you could put in as much as you wanted at a time, and they would just bring it all out to you.
And this is the all-inclusive place that I was telling her about. They were thinking about dragging her to Sancho's, but we warned her not to book anything outside of the cruise line, so she was really interested in Paradise. Is that another? Is that a private one or is that through Carnival?
I think it's private.
That one's private, but it's really easy, Jeremy. As soon as you get off the ship, you go to the taxi area. And you catch one of the taxis, and it's like, I don't know, it's like $3 or $4, I think it was, per person.
Right.
We had last time we went, we had a group of 6 of us, and it was like $20 or whatever. And it's a really nice. And the thing about Paradise is you can do the all-inclusive, but you don't have to. You can go there and pay $3 to get in, and you just have to buy $10 worth of food if you don't want to spend the $65 or whatever.
Right.
And it's a great time, and they have the beach, and then they have a really nice heated pool also, and it has a bar right there and everything. So it's,
Nice.
I would definitely recommend Paradise. If it's the first time going to Cozumel, Paradise is a great place to go.
Yeah, it's great.
Either that or Nachi Cocoon.
Yeah, go to Nachi. So just like Bruce said, go out to go out through the port, go out to the cab stand, just tell them you want to go to Nachi Cocoon. It's Nachi Cocoon is $50. you can go to their website and book it ahead of time if you want. For I think with Nachi, you absolutely have to have a pre-arrival reservation.
You do.
So yeah, so you go to their website, you book it. I think they charge like $12 or something like that, and then you pay the remaining balance when you get there, either by cash or card. But it's $49. I think it's like $49 or something like that, or whatever.
All inclusive.
So yeah, so you get unlimited drinks, unlimited food.
Oh my God, that's a great price.
They have a really great swimming pool there, and then they have they have like other stuff, like they have water, like paddle boards and stuff like that or whatever. But then they also have massages there. I think I got a 60-minute massage for like $45.
Oh wow,
really great massage. So like it's a really great place. It's small. I think that has a maximum capacity of like 40 people. I've been going there since 2008, and I've never seen anywhere close to 40 people there. So, yeah,
Probably because the other two are so well known that's what people know to do.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because I never heard of that one either.
Right.
All I ever heard was,
and the staff there is really great. And yeah, you can get massages and stuff there, but it's really nice. And the massage, my wife got an hour massage for like $25.
Wow.
And it's just that the vendors don't bother you there. They
right.
keep it tight knit. It's a nice.
Yeah. There's like no pestering. Like I one time I went when I was in Costa Maya. I did not go to Maya Chan. I went down into Mahahal, or however you pronounce it or whatever, and I went to the public beach down there. It was unbearable how much they wanted you to buy stuff, right? Like it was just the worst experience ever. But
sounds kind of like Progresso.
Yeah, it was terrible, right? So like I would never see you do that. If you ever go outside, like if you ever go to Roatan and you go outside of Mahogany Bay, they will pester you the same way.
Wow.
So, are they as bad as Nassau?
Worse.
Nassau's high pressure too.
Yeah, Nassau is, but listen, when I was at like literally this place that I went to down in Costa Maya, it was called the Tipsy Turtle, right? But basically, this is what it was, right? So it was like 10 places, all like they all ran into each other, right? So you really couldn't tell like where they bordered each other because it was just like one continuous thing. They were, I mean, it was unbearable. I had to tell like
I need more water in my bottle.
Easily 50 times. No. I would just
the very first time we went to Nassau was in 2015, and my wife literally got accosted by two other girls. We went and did an excursion, and when we got back from the excursion, we still had like 4 hours till the ship was going to leave. So we decided to walk around the area. We only went a block away from the cruise port. And we went through this little market, and there was a gal trying to coax Cindy to come and take a look at her stuff. But there was another gal trying to get her to come there, and they literally grabbed each arm trying to get her. And as I'm trying to pull her away from them, they started fighting each other.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
So I always have the greatest time with the hair braiders in Nassau. Okay, every single case, they're always out there doing that as well, Bruce. Right? Like they're out there trying to get everybody in to get their hair braided, and I just watch them as I'm like approaching, and then when I get up to them, I'm like, whether I have my hat on or not, right? If I have my hat on, I lift it up, but either way, I say to them, I was like, okay, listen. I'm coming back. I swear to God, right? And one time, like usually they just say something, funny or whatever, or they say, okay, we got you covered. We got extensions here and stuff like that or whatever. But one time this woman said to me, we're braiding hair here, not performing miracles.
Damn.
Wow.
Move on, baby.
Mm.
Oh, that's messed up. Oh well,
It's amazing how many people I hear complaining about Nassau. It used to be one of my favorite ports I wanted to visit, but now I don't want to because everybody complains about Nassau.
Well, listen, I mean,
Well,
I
now
think,
they got the
a
new
lot of
cruise.
people have a
They got
good
the
reason
new.
to complain about it, though.
They got all that new cruise port and everything done too. So
Yeah.
And Royal's getting ready to build their thing there too.
what's
Yeah,
that?
with the Royal Beach Club.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
actually
yeah, I
gonna
heard about that.
be
Yeah.
on it's actually going to be on that strip of Paradise Island that you can see, that's like directly across from where the ships dock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The interesting thing is going to be are they going to offer some type of water shuttle from the docks over there, which would, be super simple. Are you literally going to have to go into Nassau and shuttle all the way down to the bridge and all the way back out to the peninsula? I mean, I really hope not, but who knows?
I guess it all depends on how premier they really want to make this area. Like you were saying on the show the other day, it might be an excursion that you can take over to that.
Yes, the way things are going with Royal and the total money grabs and everything that's happening with them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know I sound like a total, like tool when I say all that stuff all the time, but I mean, listen, I make my living off of selling cruises, so I love Royal.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel terrible that they are, like so money, grubbing the way they've been.
Yeah,
lately.
but Scott, all the cruise lines are getting that way.
I know
They're
it's
all
terrible. I hate it.
They are.
Bruce, you probably, I mean, everybody else has probably heard this story like 10 times already, right? Like Jeremy and Eddie are about to roll their eyes, right? Because I think they know what I'm about to say, right? But
Yep.
listen, seriously, like I had this family contact me and they're like, we just, mom, dad, 2 kids under 13. We just want to go to the Bahamas this summer, right? On a 7-day cruise, Oasis of the Seas, interior cabin, $8,000.
Yep.
Carnival Legend from Baltimore, $52,000 interior cabin, right? And Bruce, 3 and 4 passenger 3 and 4 are like basically almost free, right?
Yep.
Yeah, basically nothing.
Yeah, right. So it's like, so passenger 1 and 2 is the bulk of that cost, and it's just insane. And I feel like I'm embarrassed to send those types.
I am too. I feel so bad when I get the call and I'm giving the quote, and it's like,
I know it's terrible, right? So I'm worried, like Jeremy said, I'm worried that whole Royal Beach Club in Paradise Island is going to be like an excursion where you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg for it, but hopefully not. I mean, I think it'll probably. I mean, I'm hoping that it's like free to anybody that came on the Royal ships with possibly a. I mean, if you've seen the artist renderings, it's really big, right? So I'm hoping like there's a premium. I'm hoping it's kind of like Labadee, right? Where there's like a premium area for like suite guests and things like that or whatever and stuff. And then like there's, a free area or something like that, that's, for all intents and purposes, slumming it, like the Royal Beach Club, right?
The other cruise port, I cannot wait to see when they get it done in Belize.
Yeah.
Belize. Yes.
That is going to be so nice.
Port
That's
Coral.
Carnivals, right?
Yeah. Well, Belize is building. It's not Carnival.
Right.
Belize is building it themselves.
All
And they'll be
ships.
able to have ports up there at any given time. And
Right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, anybody will be able to port there. It's
Right.
It's
Wasn't
Belize.
Carnival doing one too?
What's that?
Yeah, so Carnival's
Didn't Carnival
doing
build
on
one?
Freeport. Carnival's doing one on
Freeport.
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 It's going to be called Great Beach or Grand Beach or something like that or whatever.
They better not even put Freeport in the name because
No,
That's
it's
like
not
the
going to be.
worst place
So
ever.
what's going to be great about it, Mike, is that the ships are going to be able to dock right at it. It's probably like, so if you can envision Grand Bahama Island in your mind, right, and Freeport's all the way down here on the end, right? So this Carnival area is going to be about halfway, like basically about in the middle of the island. And the dock is going to be able to accommodate 2 XL class ships at the same time. There's going to be a separate dock area for excursions and stuff. So like boats will be able to come up, pick up people, take them off to excursions and stuff. There's going to be like a whole big market area that's going to be run by local Bahamian businesses and stuff to sell. Mm-hmm. And then it's basically going to be like, you know, like a private island experience, the rest of it, you know, so there's, you know, going to be beaches and different things and stuff like that and food and, you know, the whole 9 yards. So it's really going to be something, you know, I mean, it really, it's going to give new purpose and a new drive to want to go on those itineraries that go to Freeport. If you've been to Freeport where it goes now, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's pretty pathetic, right? So it's gonna really kind of, it's gonna make it a whole new thing.
Rob, mute your mic. There we go.
Hey, Prissy has a question. Has anyone participated in the Chef Experience excursion for $99 on Carnival? And if so, what did you make?
Is she talking about the chef's table?
The chef's table, so. Yeah.
I have not done the chef's table. Have you, Scott?
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've done the chef's table on Royal. I mean, I didn't. It was like a 6 or 7 course meal. I mean, I it was kind of pricey, but I enjoyed the experience. You know, they like the chef would come out and explain each course and give you the background on it. And plus you had like I guess you call it like a sommelier, the wine expert. Mm-hmm. So like each course would be matched with a certain wine. And so he'd give his spiel on, the wine and why it's paired with that particular dish. And I mean, it lasts like a good, at least 2 hours, almost 3. But I mean, and you're coming out of there because by the time you get out of there, you've had like, 6 or 7 glasses of wine, and so it's kind of a neat experience because you go there, like I'm a solo cruiser, and so you're sitting at a table with like 7 or 8 other people, and at first like everybody's being kind of quiet, but after everybody's had like 5, 6 glasses of wine. Everybody's leaving out there like the best of friends, so I thought it was a pretty good experience. I wouldn't do it every cruise, but because of the price, but it's definitely worth doing at least once just to say you did it.
And you don't want to be picky with food because some pretty extravagant food.
Yeah, well, it's already laid out. I mean, they already have their, I guess it's a set like for Royal, from what I've heard. It's like the chef's table menu is the same. It has been the same for a while, so
cool.
No, I if that's in Carnival, I haven't been in Carnival in 30 years, so I have no idea what's going on. It's gonna be my first in October, going back. So I'll be learning about all that stuff. So,
Oh,
I've only been on 2 Carnival cruises, but I never did the chef table. I've always done the steakhouse.
So is she talking about Carnival? Which ship is she going on?
The Breeze.
Yes.
Breeze.
Because she's talking about the one that you cook with the chef. So I'm like, does the Breeze have Carnival Kitchen on it?
Not sure.
Some ships have that Carnival Kitchen, but they also have behind the scenes as well, where you're going through the tour through the kitchen and stuff.
Oh, okay.
The only one that I know that has the kitchen.
Oh, the one when you cook with the chef.
Is when you cook
that's
with
the Carnival Kitchen. That's the Carnival Kitchen. That's the only thing she could be talking about.
Yeah, the only one I know is when you're in Kazi.
Oh, what's this?
I don't know. What is it?
Who's sharing that?
Oh, that's Scott. That has to be the new port area in Freeport.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's what it is. Scott, are you muted?
Nope. Sorry, I'm sorry. So it's like a really small image here, but I don't know if you can see my pointer here or not. But like these are like this what represents the 2XL class ships that will dock here.
Oh,
And then this is the excursion dock right here. And then of course there's like, you know, like shops and eateries and stuff here. And then like if you can see here, there's like a lazy river and a swimming pool. And I mean, it's gonna be a really amazing place. So
You had me at Lazy River.
yeah.
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 Lazy River thing is the best invented. Seriously.
Yep. And I know
This
I
is gonna be pretty incredible.
This
I
is
wish,
the
uh,
one right here.
I wish Coco K had one.
Yeah, you'd think out of all the work they did to Coco K, why they didn't put something like that in. So
Right.
So the last time I was at Coco K, I went to the Coco Beach Club, and I really wanted that to be worth the money and worth the effort and stuff like that. And I mean, it was. I mean, Coco K is such a great island, right? So I'd say, like, if you compared Coco Beach Club to the rest of the island experience, it wasn't elevated that much for the cost, you know, for like what it cost. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I think the thing that was most disappointed me was you get this really amazing elevated lunch, but from the moment the waiter brought the food out and sat it down, and I am under exaggerating this when I say this. Like, they brought this plate out to me. It had lobster tail on it. It had, you know, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 items on it. It was a big plate. It was really an elevated lunch. There was easily 100 flies on it.
wow.
Like, I'm not saying like 1 or 2 flies that was just, you know, being a pest. No. There was 100 flies on it, and they would not leave. And in the end, I took about 4 bites of it, and I just said, I cannot eat this fly-infested food. And when the waiter came over and I said this to him, he said to me, yeah, I'm really sorry. There's nothing we can do about it. And I'm like, well, I understand there's nothing you can do about it, but I'm not about to eat. I mean, like I said, it wasn't 1 or 2 flies on this food. It was like 100 flies. So I was like, I'm not about to eat this food.
Yep.
When there's not much flies on it. So that was the disappointing part of it, having paid for that elevated experience, but not really getting to enjoy it. So
Yeah, I heard Coco K was amazing.
yeah, I mean, Coco K is it's an incredible island. It really is.
It is a great island, but the last time I went there, I stayed on the ship.
No.
Yep. I've been there like 4 times, and it's just the wife's a redhead. She can't handle the sun. I can't stand sand. Normally we go to the bar and just sit at the bar and we'll drink, like we'll get our fake cocktails and drink them. And but the kids, like, they didn't want to get in the pool or anything. They wanted to stay on the ship and play on the water slides and stuff because throughout the week they were pretty busy.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think the pool at Coco K is one of the greatest. Like,
oh yeah, it's great.
Falls, right? I mean, because it's a really big, really nice pool, right?
Yeah, and they have one heck of a party there when the DJ's going.
Oh yeah,
and
right.
you know the water, it plays the music under the water too.
Oh well, I never went under the water, so I didn't know that. But okay.
So thank you, Michelangelo. Carnival Kitchen is apparently available on the Celebration, Panorama, Mardi Gras, and
the best cruise in the world.
The best cruise in the world.
Oh,
boom! It's in your face.
I was wondering if you had that.
Oh, he's got everything.
I'm learning.
Z's hacked him.
Yep.
Well, that'll be about November 3rd or December 30th, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be December 23rd. Good sir.
Yeah, the
Where-
23rd is the inaugural.
The New
Yes.
Year's cruise is
23rd got postponed to the 30th.
Yeah, but the 23rd, the crew's still going to be getting used to the ship, and they'll be ready by the 30th.
That's all good. As long as Shebang still operates the way they did on.
No, it's going to be closed. They won't be open yet.
Oh no, no sir.
They'll be closed down.
Hey, there's the Glory. Welcome in.
Hey,
That's
we're
my-
going to be out there in a
Glory-
few months.
The Glory was my second Carnival cruise ever. My first one was the Valor. So they're the
Nice.
same ship, basically. So great. I mean, it's a great ship. My favorite, I think, probably. Don't get me wrong. I love XL because I love the big ships, right? So XL is like really. I really feel like I'm on something comparable to Royal Caribbean ships when I'm on an XL class ship.
Mhm.
But my favorite Carnival ship is Spirit class.
I
Pride and
would
Spirit
concur
class?
with that.
Yeah, I really love Spirit class.
We
Is
did
the Pride and
the
Spirit
Spirit to
class-
Alaska and actually love that
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah, so Pride, Legend, Spirit.
Miracle.
There's one more.
Miracle.
Miracle. Yes, Miracle. Miracle's always out on the West Coast, right? So I
Yep.
forget about Miracle all the time.
We did our first Halloween cruise on the Miracle. That's actually Cindy's favorite ship. The decor on that ship is just outstanding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it is.
they're
Like,
moving the
I'm
Miracle.
always talking
I
about
mean,
that.
I love Dr. Frankenstein's bar lounge.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm always talking about that like on the morning show. I'm like the Spirit class is like so ornate and it's just really regal and like I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, they're moving the Miracle to Galveston here pretty soon.
Yep.
I've been seeing a lot of the sailings coming out of there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Long Beach is going to be sad because that's been the Miracle's been doing a lot of those 3 and 4 day cruises.
Yeah, so like 100 years ago, I was like on an excursion in Cozumel. I don't even remember what cruise line I was on, but a guy in our like in the bus with us or whatever, he had a Miracle shirt on, and he was telling us, it was from the West Coast, and I was like, wow, I was like, that ship is like permanently stationed out on the West Coast. Like, they rotate ships all the time, but not the Miracle. It's been stuck out there.
Yeah.
My first cruise.
The Miracle used to do the Alaska cruise too. It used to Alaska to Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll go down to Long Beach. So.
My first cruise last March, we were doing the meetup at sea, and we were with the Miracle, and their horn was hilarious. It was one of the funniest sounding horns I've ever heard in my life. I was on the Carnival Panorama, and we were next to them, and it was like the loudest foghorn for the Panorama, and then it was with the Miracle. It was like poop, poop. Like it was hilarious, man.
The thing with the Miracle, they have this thing on there called Gatsby's Garden, and it's this private area. A lot of people don't even realize it's there, and it's a nice sitting area. It's really, really cool.
Nice.
That's
Where
what I
was
really
that,
like.
Bruce?
What's that?
Where is it?
It's in the forward of the ship. It's called Gatsby's Garden.
Gatsby's Garden.
Yeah, it's on deck, either deck 3 or deck 4. I can't remember which deck. But it's at the
Miracle.
forward of
You're
the
talking
ship.
Miracle, right?
Yeah, Miracle.
Yeah, because that'll be a ship. I'm on the West Coast, so that's going to be something that I'm going to jump on down to Ensenada and Catalina. That kind of a itinerary for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Panorama does that as well. So
Yeah, that was my first cruise out of Long Beach on the Panorama.
The styling on the Dream is what kind of swayed my mind on my favorite ship because that was the first ship in its class, and it had more of the classic styling of the older ships versus the Vista, which is just straight brown walls everywhere. you
Straight
look.
brown walls, and it's cool that you guys are saying that. I've never been on those, and I like to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've never been on Vista, but I've been on Horizon, and Horizon was not straight brown walls.
Well,
right?
The Vista
So,
is
and I
just
remember watching you and Cheryl on the Dream, like when you guys were when you were on there posting from that. I remember watching those videos, and of course I've been on Magic and Breeze, and listening to you describe it, that because you guys were like sitting somewhere and talking.
Oh yeah. It's this little room right off of the back of the library, and it has horses on the walls and cowboy theming and this great wood, stuff all around you. And it was a comfortable room to vlog in because there was no music. We went for like 15 minutes straight. Nobody walked in.
Right. Well, like having been on Breeze and Magic, I was like, there's nothing like that on those other two ships. And they're dream class ships as well. So yeah.
They replaced it with something, but I don't know what.
You can't see. I always have a problem with this. You can't see this, but like just yeah. Okay, well you can see the off to the side of my TV. There's some pictures hanging on the wall, and they're from the Dream. I'm not from the Dream, from the Breeze. So I always mean to say something about that, but yeah. So there's some pictures just out of the frame of my camera, and they're from the Breeze. So
I love the Breeze.
Yeah, I love the Breeze too. So
if you were to ask me still to this very day, what is the most exciting party ship that I've been on, it's going to have to be the Breeze, because it's a constant party vibe. My favorite ship is now the Celebration. Celebration has inched forward toward the front of my list because it's the flagship. I don't know how they're going to outdo this on the Jubilee, but it is bumped up to my favorite ship.
Right. So like I've been on, like I mentioned this before, I've been on Mardi Gras twice, Celebration once. I like Celebration just a little bit more. Like I like kind of like the vibe and the decor a little bit more on Celebration.
It's all Miami. It's definitely all Miami, and it makes you feel like you slipped into South Florida. That ship is true to its roots.
When I think they tweak each version of each class ship, right? And I think, from what don't get me wrong. Mardi Gras is amazing, right? XL in general is amazing.
Right.
But I think, like Celebration is next, right? So they tweaked it a little bit, and I just like the tweaks a little bit more. Yeah.
And in the gateway area of the Jubilee is going to be called Currents, and I'm liking the slope ceiling already with the wave shaped ceiling. I know that I'm going to really vlog that area, because I didn't get down there, even though it's a scheduled event on your planner on the app. It says at 6 p.m. every day they're going to do this audio video presentation, but I never made it.
Yeah.
Never made it, waiting on for me to check into Shebang at 7:45. I don't know. I lost my mind on the cruise is what happened. And I set my camera down more than I should have.
Yeah.
It's because you're with so many people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once you
same
get to
thing happened on the Vloggers cruise with me.
Yeah, you just don't pick up anything. First meet and greet, that was all baby's camera work. That was not me, because I didn't even pick the sucker up. I may have taken a couple of pictures, but then at the more meet and greets we did, I'm like, okay, I need to document this somehow. But on the booze cruise, we already talked about it this morning. Me and Eddie are probably going to be side by side on the Glory, trying to come at you live from the Gulf of Mexico for the morning show. So we'll have to see.
I'm actually wondering. That's why I said to you, I'm actually wondering if it's actually going to happen.
Right.
Like, am I going to have to carry a show or two? Right. So
probably.
Bruce, I know
Bruce, I
noticed that you're up on the West Coast equivalent to the middle of the night. Right. So when you come in, every time I see you come into our chats and stuff, I'm like, wow, he's really
So when it's 6 a.m. here when you guys are on.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's a surprise.
I try to catch Eddie's every once in a while. I'm able to get up, but
I know
He's
if these two are
4:15
not
in the
able to get in
morning.
there with me, you may have to get in there and help me carry the show for that week or something.
Well, I'm going
Yep.
to be on the Glory. I'm going to be on the Glory.
Yeah.
He's
It's
going to be
already
on the
Glory.
Glory.
Who's not going to? All right, who's not going to be on the Glory?
There's 5 of us.
Me.
You're it.
Bob, you're on the Glory. So
Yep.
there is
October
5 of us
what?
on this stream.
October
6 of us
29th.
on this
Six
stream
of us.
are gonna be
This year.
on the Glory.
This year.
I-
We all
on
need to go
October
there.
29th, on October 29th, which happens to be my 53rd birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy
So
birthday.
on October 29th,
Feels to me like somebody's booking the cruise.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be getting off. I'm going to be getting off
He's going to be
Wonder
getting
of
off
the
the Wonder.
I'm
That's
going to be
not-
getting
that's-
off
that's
Wonder
not
of
a
the
personal
Seas
problem.
and flying home, right? So
I'm
gonna
2
be
months.
flying
I'm
home
2
from-
months older than you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's August 31st. I'll be 53. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'll be 53 on October 29th. So I'm going to be flying. I'm going to be getting off Wonder that day and flying home. So the first show after that would be the next day.
Right.
Is it the next day? Yeah. So the next
Next day.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, who knows? I mean, I hope the internet cooperates. I think it'll be an amazing show if the two of you can like be on
Right.
there or whatever. So for
Right.
sure. Yeah. I
Hopefully
hope
we'll have the besties with us too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
They
it
might
works
be-
out. I hope
They
it-
might be gallivanting off at C-Day brunch or something. I don't know.
So like the last times I was on Carnival ships other than XL, the internet was pretty much unusable.
Yeah.
And the ships were practically empty, right? Because it was like during the pandemic, right? So like they were only sailing at like certain capacities and the internet was still pretty much unusable.
Right.
So I'm really worried about that for sure.
Well, Rob, tell me how Wonder was, because not Rob, Scott, tell me how Wonder is, because when I was just on there in April, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then it had Starlink.
Right.
You're kidding. Oh my god.
So I was on Anthem in January and it had Starlink, like Jeremy had said to me, like before I went on, he was like, hey, run a speed test. I'm like, genius. Right. So like, yeah, so I ran speed tests and of course it came back that the provider was Starlink, right? It was pretty good, but there were some times when it was just, like
Congested.
totally out. But
Yeah.
It's crazy how different it was from between that and the vloggers. Anytime I wanted to go live on the vloggers cruise, no problem whatsoever.
and,
I try to do a 20-minute sail away on the Wonder, and I can see like from one side of the ship to the other, and I don't see anybody else trying to do a live or anything like that.
Right.
And I can't.
What
I
ship
can't even
was
do
the
a 20
vloggers
minute.
cruise on?
That was on Norwegian Breakaway.
Okay. Gotcha.
A lot smaller ship, but
Yeah.
you would think that Wonder being new, they would have had everything set up for the Starlink and all, because I'm sure they knew it was coming at that point.
Right.
Question
I've
for
never
Bruce.
had
Question.
good internet on any cruise. You get it for like one day. That's why I don't want to. I never buy the internet package hardly. If it's a 7-day cruise, I get like 1 day of good internet and then 6 days of so.
I mean, out of all the Carnival cruises I've been on since the restart, the only good internet I had was on Mardi Gras and Celebration. Every other ship I was on was garbage.
Yep.
Like
Bruce,
basically unusable.
Bruce, do you have any more cabins that hold 5 people for the booze cruise?
So here's the thing with the Booze Cruise and the Glory. The only cabins that are still available are guaranteed cabins.
Ugh.
They have you can't get an assigned cabin, which tells me that Carnival, I think, is overbooking this cruise. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm looking. I looked on the public site, just carnival.com as a regular person, and they have everything but suites sold out.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
but suites.
Rob, are you going solo?
No.
Oh, you have somebody with
So
you?
I can book because I just did. I just booked a client for 2, but all I could get them was a guarantee, and so we'll see.
Hey, Bruce, how much is a third person?
Like, what was it?
Say I wanted the cabin with Rob and his guest.
What was a third? It wasn't that much. It was under $100 for a third person. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. But all that's left, yeah. So if you want to go, I didn't book Rod's cabin, so you'd have to. Rod, did you book it on your own?
Nope, I went to Sherry Sunset.
Oh,
okay. So yeah, so get with Sherry and see if she can put you in there. I don't know. Did you get a cabin that 3 can go in?
Yeah.
So check and see if you can go on that then, Larry.
Yeah.
Check with Sherry.
Literally for the last week, I have actually thought to myself, is it possible for me to get off a Wonder, shuttle to MCO, fly to New Orleans,
oh
and
my
make it on Glory?
God! Oh wow!
So we have been. Where's the Wonder going out of? That's not going out of Miami, right?
Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral. Because I've been trying to convince Sherry with Destination Fun, but she's going out of Miami. What ship is she going on, Eddie?
I think she's on Celebration.
Yeah, and I was trying to get her to do that, to get off and to get a quick flight.
Yeah, I've been like really like fathoming it. Like, is it even possible?
It's gonna be close. It would be
real close. Right? It would be like so close, right? Like there would be zero margin for error on it.
Exactly. And you know how the flights are going right now. There is no exact.
Hey, Bruce, you do see that? Well, I don't know who you booked through, but Southwest did open up till January now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I was able to do my flight today.
Yeah, I need to book my flights. I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do that.
I've got a question for the travel agents that are here. I mean, have you guys like seen any word on like when or if it like the car rental prices or car rental rates are going to come down? Because I know they went like way up around the whole pandemic situation because cars weren't really being produced, and so I'm just wondering, are we ever gonna get close to the days where it was like $20 a day, $25 a day, I mean, because even back in the day, but before that, I mean, you could routinely get cars $15 a day, $20 a day. Now it's like 100, 150.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that was the excuse that was used, was like, well, they're not producing cars. Well, they're producing cars now, so.
Right.
I'm pretty sure everything has went the way of using the pandemic as an excuse to jack prices. And you're not going to get the prices back.
Everybody. Yeah. Everybody is using the pandemic.
It's going to be the new normal now is like $100 a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we just we're looking to rent a car here in a few weeks when our daughter comes in from Texas. She's coming in for a week, and yeah, it's I think the cheapest we're getting, and this is with a discount as a travel advisor, is still like $120 a day.
Right.
Yeah. Any of you guys use Turo?
No, I won't use that. My wife keeps trying to get me to consider it, like in Port Canaveral for the day and stuff like that. I probably won't use that.
What's Turo?
I also will never do Airbnb.
That's like
Turo is like an Airbnb for car rentals, basically.
Yeah. People like individuals rent their cars out and stuff. So okay, so Cruise Vet, here's my like real world personal experience in the scenario coming up, right? I threw a 3-day cruise on Seaside ahead of my Wonder cruise. I did something very similar last October. I'm doing the same thing this October. So I'm flying down going on this 3-day cruise, getting off the 3-day cruise, staying in Orlando for a whole week, and then going back out to the port and getting on Wonder, and then sailing Wonder and getting off. So this is a scenario. I'm renting a car in MCO, so Orlando International, for 1 day. I'm renting it when I get in, going to a hotel, getting up the next morning, driving out to Port Canaveral, returning it, and getting on the MSC side. That's going to cost me $160.
Wow.
God.
So
Holy
now
shit.
I'm getting, so then at the end of that 3-day cruise, I'm getting off of that ship and I'm renting a car at the same car agency budget in Port Canaveral, and I'm keeping it for an entire week, entire 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Driving it to Orlando, staying there or whatever, keeping it for entire 7 days and returning it. And it's costing me $312 for 7 days. So it's crazy, right? So basically half of that for a single day, versus, double for like a whole week. So it is crazy.
That's crazy. I know one time we were doing going out of Galveston, and this was right after the restart. There was 8 of us, and so I actually rented a van, and we were going to all drive down, and I was going to drop it off in Galveston and have it, to add. It was I think it was budget. It might have been Avis. I can't remember, but it was less expensive for me to keep that vehicle for a week and park it there and drive it back than for them, because they were going to have to go to Galveston and pick it up, and they were going to charge me over $300 to go pick up that thing.
Wow.
So I kept it for a week and I saved myself $200.
Nice.
So it's crazy what they're, and everything it's the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they're still using it today. So.
Yep.
But I mean, like to ask myself, why am I paying $150 or $160 for 1 day and only $312 for 7?
Right.
Right.
In basically the same area. I don't.
Because you're taking it to a different location. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, like, beats me. Like, I don't know why, but it's kind of crazy. So, but now this same time last year in October, yeah. I can tell you that same scenario I did this October 2022. That car for the week cost me almost $700.
Holy crap!
Eddie, you like the Polo?
Oh yeah.
So I did the same thing. Like I flew down. I had Harmony of the Seas booked for 7 days. I threw in a 3-day cruise on Maravilla and a week in between in Orlando. And same scenario. It cost me almost $700 for that car. And I rented it from the same place. I rented it in Port Canaveral and returned it to Port Canaveral because I rented it when I got off Maravilla.
Mm-hmm.
It cost me $700. So it's at least, a better deal this time around, but
yeah,
I still don't know why a whole week is only just about, double of a day. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Nope.
But the bottom line is hopefully they have gone down some. Hopefully they'll keep going down.
Well, yeah,
I hope so too.
I was curious because I figure maybe being travel agents, y'all might get some like heads up,
Yeah,
things happening.
You'd think we get less. I mean, you'd think we would get more heads up about some stuff that we do. We don't really, like, like they don't love us as much as they used to. That's in my opinion. So, but from car rentals, no, not at all.
Airlines.
No, like the airlines stopped paying commissions in 1995. So,
yeah,
like I don't even think about them anymore. Like airlines, what? But Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about it though. I worry that if you're these industries, right? How do you suddenly say to yourself, we've been charging these crazy amounts of money for like the last couple of years. Okay, now it's time to charge less. Like, how does that how's that really kind of compute, right? Like, I don't see that happening, right?
Nope.
Like,
not as long as the demand, demand does everything. So as long and the demand, especially with cruising, is so high right now.
Yep.
And all the cruise lines are up.
Yeah.
And so, and same with rentals and everything else. I mean, around here, it's hard to get a rental car. I mean, you really gotta. You used to be able to go to the local, whatever. You can't do that now. If you don't have a reservation weeks in advance, you're not getting a rental car.
Right.
Well, Hawaii was like 6 months.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll give you like I'll really give you like a super fast abridged version of like 2 different scenarios that I'm dealing with on like a client side or like on a travel agent side, right? So I have these clients call me. They're very specific, and that's not always the case, right? But these are like the easy ones, right? So they call me. They're like, we know everything. We definitely want to go from this port at this time of the year on this ship to this destination. I'm like, done, right? Like, here's a quote, right? Like, deal, right? So I'm like, cool. So I start off. I preface the entire conversation with, I just need to, let you know that not only is demand really high right now and stuff like that, but you're also talking about the peak time of the year, right? So, I can't tell you right now what it's going to be, but I'm just going to tell you that it's going to be probably like the most expensive that it's going to be, right? They're like, oh, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I send them the quote, crickets, right? So on the flip side of that, I have these clients call me out of nowhere. They're like, kind of the same thing, right? We know exactly where we want to go, what we want to do, this, that, or whatever. So they give me all the information. I'm just like, phew, like, this is going to be like piece of cake, right? So I put the quote together. I sent it to them. It's 17 grand right? On American Cruise Lines on Mississippi, right? Mm-hmm. And I send it to them. I'm like, these people are never going to book this, right? And within 5 minutes, they're like, how do we make the deposit?
Wow.
I had that same thing happen to with a couple that was doing on an Italy cruise, and the cruise was over $12,000 for 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to do this. And within minutes, they're like, they not just did a deposit, they paid off the whole thing, and it's just like, oh,
wow.
Okay, you just never know. You never know what the clients are going to do.
Yeah. You know what surprised me is here recently I saw a brick and mortar like travel agency, and like I thought that went out like back in like the 80s or 90s, and I was driving down the freeway, I almost ran off the road when I saw it, and sure enough, it's it was like a Expedia Travel, and I was like, wow, I hadn't seen one of those, and because that used to be the way
there's still a few around.
Yeah,
there's one in the town we live in, but but most of it's
So like there's two brick and mortar ones in my location that I have voodoo dolls over here off screen.
Yeah.
Right? Right? I hate them so bad, right? Anyway, right? So one of them actually went out of business. I was like, it's bad juju to like be like, dancing around the room for that one or whatever. But listen, so You're right. Most of them did go out of business a long time ago. The ones that survived, most of them did not survive COVID.
Right.
I know, Mike, I know there used to be one inside the Fiesta at Airline and 45 North.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're still in there.
This one was off the Grand Parkway up almost to the Woodlands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know where Kirkendall and Grand Parkway, and
yep.
And then they popped up on my Facebook feed because I guess they're doing like an open house, and they're like, hey, come, RSVP, we're doing a open house from this time to this time, and we've got all these great deals with these different cruise lines, and I'm half tempted to go over there and just check it out,
Yep.
But I don't know. Like I said, I remember like back in the day before the internet, because I actually went to one of those to book some travel one time.
back when they gave the paper tickets, right?
Well, exactly.
And they give you the pamphlets to read about where you're going. And
oh wow!
With the carbon paper inside, yeah.
I was just kind of driving along, and I was like, "Wait, did I see that?" And I like had to, do the double take, almost wrecked, But
so I used to have a brick and mortar location. Okay. So I get an email once a month from Google with statistics. And I am still getting emails where over 100 people, like it gives me all these breakdowns. How many people the quick of it is the part of that breakdown is over 100 people are still asking for directions to my agency from Google, from finding my listing on Google, and then they're asking for directions on how to get to my, so it's like, yeah. So, and then when they call me, they're like, well, can we make an appointment to come in? I'm like, no, but I'll come to you. Right? I'll come to you. I'll meet you at Starbucks or whatever. I just tell them I had to close my brick and mortar like everybody else did during the pandemic. I haven't opened it up again. I don't know if I will, but I'm more than happy. If that's something that you're interested in, I'm more than happy to meet you anywhere. I'll come to you. I'll meet you at Starbucks, this or that or whatever. 99% of them are perfectly fine to continue the process over the phone and through email.
Right.
One or two are like, sure, I'd love to meet you at the local Starbucks. Great. I go over there, set up. Starbucks is really gracious, lets me sit in there for hours and, and pitch clients and stuff like that. Doesn't give me any grief about it. So, but again, over 100 people every single month through the entire pandemic, including May of 2023, over 100 people asking for directions to my agency. And of course, my address is out of there now, right? So Google Maps still has my original location image in there. And I've emailed them and say, can we get rid of that? And they ignore me. So they don't respond to me about it. But yeah, so it still has it in there. So they're asking for directions on how to get there. But, I don't have an actual physical address in there anymore. Just a town and a state.
Right.
So, yeah.
Holy mama. I remember those days. For everything. Every time I went to Puerto Rico, every time I needed a rental car, something like that, and everything. Wow.
Used to have to call the airline. You know what I mean? It's people don't know the struggle of travel back in the day.
Yeah. Before even MapQuest and all that, I had to print papers and you have to, sometimes I have to go by hearsay, get someplace to go, have you ever heard of this place? Oh yeah, the Dun Block, make a left here and oh crap. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I used to deliver pizza with a key map. Do you remember key maps?
I had one of those. I used to do, I used to deliver pizzas, and I also delivered Chinese food. and they would give you the key maps. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, I'd still get lost.
I deliver pizza, but I've never heard of Key Map. What's that?
Key Map is located in Houston and Harris County. It's back from the 90s. It's this little binder with map. They block off the map.
Oh, okay. I know.
in-
Okay, the Key Maps. Okay, I know what you mean by
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Uh,
I'm thinking to myself, boy, Texas really is its own country, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, it is.
it's weird.
I've only had one layover in here, or 2 layovers down and back from Miami. So that's the only thing I know about Houston.
Right.
And
But
Scotland,
yeah,
it is flat. It's ugly. It's all
Exactly.
beige.
Yep.
It's weird.
But it's cheap,
Very,
though, right? It's
very,
cheap to live
very
there,
long
right?
airport to get
Yes.
from gate to gate. So I had to take the golf cart. I know
Yeah.
that.
No, that's the IAH is huge.
It's massive.
We walked it. For the celebration sailing, and believe me, that is a big airport. But Miami was big too. We went all the way.
Miami is a big airport.
We were at gate 60 because this travel agent, this brand new baby infant travel agent, booked an American Eagle flight, and the gangway to the plane. You know what I'm talking about, Larry? The plane is small. Okay, baby called it a crop duster. So the gangway comes up off of the ground instead of upstairs, like planes are supposed to load. So that was my bad. We made it back.
I've only been to Miami once, and I think I landed in Miami, and I think I was at the very last gate down at the end, and you had to walk that long haul all the way. But that was once. I flew out of Fort Lauderdale coming back, and that was a pretty simple thing. But
right.
See, now sailing out of Houston or out of Galveston is absolutely on my bucket list, and it's high up on the bucket list.
no.
I'm gonna move heaven and earth to make it happen sooner than later.
Yep.
But I
Me
fly
neither.
Southwest wherever possible. So that means I'm flying in a hobby.
Of course.
Yeah, preferable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hobby is a whole lot better. Besides, hey Eddie, I need to run an ad on your channel real quick. If you are sailing out of Galveston in the morning, number one, you should already be here. But in the event that you are not, and you are sailing out of Galveston, leave very early if you're coming through Houston, because from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., I-45 South, all main lanes are going to be closed in both directions.
Oh, wow.
From 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. I reported that a while ago, but in the event that anybody is watching in this chat, get here early. Get down to Galveston, because whenever they close those lanes, it's going to be terrible getting through there on 45 South.
Rob and I are booked out of there in 2025, so we're safe.
Nice.
I-45
Yeah.
is crazy.
Well, like I think when I looked, I think Hobby is like 30 miles closer to Galveston than H is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
That's my last 4 trips was to Hobby. Very small. I found it to be a small, comfortable airport.
I'm going to ask then, because I'm not used to Galveston, going out of Galveston stuff. So when you're talking Bush or Hobby, now is there only certain airlines that goes to each one?
Could be.
I mean, I don't know, but I know that only
Southwest.
Southwest only goes to Hobby.
Only goes to Hobby.
Oh, okay.
No, they go to both, but it used to be they only went to Hobby, but they just recently started going to Intercontinental.
Oh, well, it must have been really recently, because the last time I searched in Southwest's website, like the only thing that came up for that area was Hobby.
That's their main. That's their main airport.
Yeah. That used to be like where they would only go, but now they've kind of opened it up. But
Gotcha.
I think it's more so Hobby than the other.
And
they
I
still don't have a shuttle down to the cruise port from the airports?
They do. Carnival has the transportation that you can purchase.
Oh, okay. So the Carnival does? Okay, good. Okay.
But it's like over an hour, isn't it, from Houston to Galveston?
An hour and 10 minutes.
If you're driving the speed limit, yes.
Wait, they use the speed limit down there?
Hey, well, no, I do. I do, and people are blowing by me. I'm like this old man behind the wheel, but that's just the way I drive.
10 and 2. There you go.
It's like a road warrior. Jeremy drives the speed limit.
Except for from Galveston to the NASA 1 bypass, they have had this road construction ever since I've moved down here about 4 or 5 years ago. And that, like I said, the road construction, the same thing. They've been working on it, but the speed limit from NASA 1 in Webster, Texas, just south of Houston, all the way to Galveston is 55 miles an hour. I refuse to do that. I'm hitting it at about 60, but people are still blowing past me.
It's like Mad Max. 60. I mean, people in Houston, they'll just run you over.
They'll run you over.
You'll be doing 85, and they'll be like right on your,
I just experienced driving on American roads back in August. My kids live in New Mexico. And I cannot believe you guys have 75-mile-an-hour speed limits in places on stretches. That just blows me away, man.
There's actually it's a very small area, but there's actually a few small areas in the United States where the speed limit is listed at whatever is daily deemed reasonable.
Oh my.
Wow. There's an 80-mile-an-hour zone between San Antonio and El Paso.
Oh my.
On I-10.
Like in Montana, I think one of the places is in Montana or something. There's a stretch of about a 50-mile stretch of highway or whatever.
Where there is no speed limit.
Yeah, where there's basically a speed limit, whatever is deemed daily, deemed, reasonable for the day or whatever.
I don't mind 75 miles an hour, but I was driving a U-Haul with a pretty heavy box that kept waving back and forth across the freeway, man.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, that was crazy, man.
Just stay to the right, and that's it.
That's what I did, yeah.
So in Pennsylvania, we have the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which stretches from east to west.
476.
So 76. So on 76, the speed limit is 70.
Wow.
Everywhere else, it's either 55 or 65. There's no place else in Pennsylvania where it's 70. It's either 55 or 65, depending on where you are. When you're heading south, say through Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, the speed limit is 55 until you get to Maryland. I think it is 55 in Maryland as well. When you get to West Virginia, it's 70. And then when you get into Virginia, it's 70. But here's the problem in Virginia. So in Virginia, if you are driving 20 miles per hour or faster over the posted limit, no matter what the limit is, or 80 miles per hour or faster, no matter where, it is a criminal offense.
Oh, wow.
And you have to go to court for it. It's called reckless driving. It's a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree. You have to go to court for it, and in some cases, people go to jail for it.
Oh, wow!
It is the most draconian
Holy!
I'm
thing.
guilty. They got me on that one. Reckless driving.
So for me, in Pennsylvania, let's say the posted limit is 65, and I'm doing 90, right? I will get pulled over. My fine will be based on how many miles per hour over the speed limit I was going, but it will never be anything more than a moving violation.
Right.
So in Virginia, it could be a criminal offense that I need an actual defense attorney for, right? Yes. And I know that because guess what? It happened to me about 15 years ago. And I was actually telling somebody, I was telling a cab driver in Mexico. I asked him one time, I said to him, is there speeding tickets in Mexico? He said, no.
No.
So I said to him, I said,
There's bribery.
well, he said, what about, he's like, there is speeding tickets in Estados Unidos. I said, yes. I said, in fact, I think I've had the most expensive speeding ticket there ever was. I said, because it included attorney's fees and the eventual eventual reduction of my criminal, offense of a misdemeanor 3 of reckless driving in Virginia down to simple speeding, what they call simple speeding down there. So then I had to pay $5 for every mile per hour over the speed limit I was going, what they reduced it to. And then like a court cost, right? So that coupled with the attorney's fees, that was a $2,300 speeding ticket.
Ouch.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? You'd think I was going like, 150 miles per hour in a 65. No, okay. It was a 65 mile per hour speed limit, and I was going 81.
Oh my.
And they pulled me over. And wow. Right? So I worked for the Pennsylvania legislature for 30 years for the Pennsylvania Senate, for the state Senate, right? I worked for the Republican caucus. So I had to hire this lawyer in Virginia to deal with this for me. And so when the thing was progressing, I had this conversation with the lawyer. I said, listen, I work for the legislature. Like, a criminal offense is incompatible with my employment and my life. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I work for the people who make laws, right? Like, I cannot have a criminal offense, right? So he was like, listen, I'm going to talk to the cop and see if the cop is okay with me asking the judge to reduce it to simple speeding. And I said, okay, well, what's that all about? And he was like, well, because if the cop's not going to oppose it, the judge is likely to agree. So I'm like, okay. So, and then he was like, I put a call out to him. I'm waiting for him to call me back. I was like, okay. So then we got to the Friday before the Monday of the hearing. And I called him and I was like, I haven't heard from you. What's going on? Have you heard back from the cop? He's like, no, but I'm not worried because I'll see him at church on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I got pulled over in Mayberry, I guess. So the cop eventually did not oppose it, and it did get reduced to simple speeding, but it cost me $2,300, right? Now, when I'm in the state of Virginia, I go under the speed limit every single time, no matter how much of a hurry I'm in. So, and Virginia is a massive state to be driving through. So,
I just can't imagine it being a criminal offense to do it. I don't get that part.
It's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree.
Wow.
And if you're in the military, you have to show up in uniform, and you have to bring a command representative with you in uniform.
Oh, wow.
Needless to say, you don't want to be like, lower enlisted, blue shirt, get the ticket, and then you have to explain to your command, and then, hey, by the way, I need one of you guys to come with. It's just not a friendly interaction, to go with, because then after that, you're just no matter how the ticket turns out, you're in the doghouse with the command after that. So that's worse than the ticket.
My favorite stretch of road in Virginia is between Virginia Beach and Norfolk, where I was stationed. And there's this 2-way HOV lane that apparently is not monitored, because I used to speed through there all the time. Never got caught.
They got me.
It's a 2-lane HOV lane. I really didn't understand it.
That would be Interstate 64.
Yeah.
Are you saying a 2-lane HOV lane?
Yeah. Ours in Houston are only 1 lane going one direction. These were two lanes going in the same direction. You know,
wow.
that was kind of weird. And plus, I used to speed through the tunnel as well. The tunnel was my favorite. You know, but no, I never got caught.
Yeah, when I graduated,
I've speeded through Virginia many times and never got caught, but that one time it was, you know,
$2,300.
It was tragic to my wallet, yeah, for sure. So
when I graduated in '98, me and my girlfriend went down to Myrtle Beach for the week, and she got pulled over on the way down there. And I'm not sure if it was North Carolina or South Carolina. They told us that 8 miles an hour over the speed limit is can take you right to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yep. So
Yeah,
luckily they reduced it to 5, but it was still they still gave her a ticket.
We know Virginia used to have these signs. I think they changed the laws down there since, right? But they used to have these signs at all their borders. And when I say a sign, I mean like a sign like as big as like the world, right? Like these massive signs. And it was all in caps. And it would say, if you are caught in our state with an unregistered firearm, it is this is the term they used. It is an automatic 5-year exile. Right, like Virginia is a super draconian state, right?
Okay, may I ask about a gun thing here, if I can?
Virginia, because it's like I think they get a bonus for.
Yeah, Virginia is like
if they arrest you and you're in the military, it's like, oh, sweet, we got it's like a bonus or something.
And
when you say
why I know so much about Virginia is because that's where my people are from.
Yeah.
Right.
When you say unregistered, is that so? I know as someone who bought a gun legally, all that kind of stuff, but it's not registered. Is that what you're talking about? They could. Yes. Oh my.
Yeah, it's exile. It's so there's no court hearing. There's no nothing. If a cop pulls you over in Virginia and you have an unregistered firearm, you go straight to jail for 5 years, no questions asked.
Is it still the law today?
No, so I think that law changed, but that used to be a law for like it was a law down there for like 10 years.
Well, what's
right?
their definition of unregistered? Right? Just like because you bought it like secondhand from like a private citizen, or
I mean that now not anymore, but that's the way it was, right? Now
when you buy from a gun shop or whatever, it's automatically registered. Correct?
No.
You get a background check for sure. If you buy it from a licensed dealer, you have to get there's just
right. But I thought it was automatically registered too.
No, you still have to register.
No, they have these they'll rent a banquet room in a hotel, you know, in like a Motel 6 and just sell guns.
Yeah, and Virginia does it like crazy.
Oh, you're talking
Virginia
about
has gun shows like crazy.
Yeah, like gun shows, they call them gun shows, right? And it's just a space. Like, you know, like if a store went out of business or whatever, they'll like rent the store for the day.
I'm talking about like, for instance, in Texas, and our daughter's boyfriend, fiance, works at what's your guys' big
Academy?
Academy.
Academy.
Academy. Work in the gun department. So if you buy it like at Academy, and they do the background check and everything, but isn't it automatically registered? Because he talks about all these forms they have to fill out.
Well, down here we have constitutional carry. So, like for me, I can have a pistol in my car as long as I have it holstered. It doesn't have to be on my person. I can have it sitting in the seat, but it's got to be holstered. Now, if I just have it laying in the seat without the holster, then you know I'm subject to whatever, you know. But as long as it's holstered, it's in plain view when the cop sees me, you know.
So according to this person in New Mexico, he bought the gun, did the background check, and he didn't have to register it. And so now what I'm worried about when you're saying crossing border lines, this person's supposed to be moving from New Mexico out to Oregon and driving, and I'm kind of worried about what you're saying there.
Well, that was Virginia, though. He won't be going through Virginia.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Virginia, like, listen, like I said, and I hate it because that's where my people are from, right?
Yeah.
Like, I refer to Virginia as the motherland for me, right? Because that's where all my people are from. And my family is this prolific family from the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. So prolific, in fact, the federal government at one time recognized this massive 10,000 acre area of the Shenandoah Valley as like my family is a Carpers, right? So like the federal government recognized it as Carper Valley, Virginia, right? So, and like even now, like you can go to like real estate places and search, and you will see like listings for like Carper Valley this and Carper Valley that and stuff like that. So like the Carpers are like this prolific Shenandoah Valley family, right? And my great grandma was a Carper, right? So anyway, so it's like this big prolific family. So like I love Virginia, but at the same time, I don't know how I could ever live there, right? Because it's just such you know, it's such a draconian place to live. I mean, there's so many rules, so many laws that don't exist in all of the surrounding areas, so states. So yeah, pretty crazy.
We lived in Chester for 4.5 years. Chester is a little town south of Richmond. I say exit 61 on 95. We were there from 2007 to 2012. Bought a house, we moved there. And the only reason we moved back to New York was because my wife's job, they were closing the 5 different headquarters throughout the states, moving them all to Arkansas. And I told her, there's no way in hell that I'm moving to Arkansas. So we either stay here, look for all the jobs, or we go back to New York.
You don't want to move it to Arkansas?
No.
Come on.
No. we went back to New York in 2012. Yeah, cheap, forget it, but no.
Yeah.
No. Tornado Alley land, no.
What's wrong with Arkansas, Eddie? I don't know.
No.
No. It's kind of it's one of the armpits of America.
I'm actually kidding. Like I said, I have Canadian daughters that live in New Mexico, so I know quite a bit. So I was just trying to tease. I was trying to tease Eddie.
Yeah. I dated a girl out of New Mexico. I went to see her. I spent 8 days with her, and that was more than enough.
Yeah.
Once I saw the town, I say, Albuquerque, goodbye. I'm out of here. So
yeah, so like my cousins and stuff, they always make fun of me when I get down to Virginia, right? Because they're always saying like I talk funny, right? So, but you know, so but like, and I love Virginia. Virginia's such a beautiful place, right? But it's like the land of the most, you know, like you almost have to walk the straightest line in the world in the state of Virginia. I mean, because there's just so many rules there. So
yep,
yeah.
Commonwealth of Virginia, the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's only 3 Commonwealths in the country, right?
Right.
Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, right?
Well, Kentucky's a Commonwealth.
Oh, is Kentucky a Commonwealth? Okay.
Yeah.
So, but listen, so I live in a Commonwealth. Virginia's a Commonwealth. We are nothing alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head on out.
No, don't worry, Bruce. I think we're wrapping up. It's been 3 hours.
Yeah, you guys are up late. 9:56 here. Holy cow!
Yeah, like listen, it's still dinner time where Bruce lives. So.
yeah, snack time.
Right.
Actually, which state is Bruce in? I don't remember.
He's in
Washington.
Oh,
wow!
I thought he was in
Washington
California.
State. Yeah.
Okay,
that's right. He's just below me.
Yeah, south of you. So
yeah,
he's not too far. But yeah,
they're live in 8.5 hours.
You do? And they have
and Sherry, Destination Fun.
Yeah, 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, in about 8 hours, we're gonna be with her.
but all you guys are on live like 24/7, aren't you?
Yeah,
no,
I'm not.
No. Eddie is online.
Eddie is.
Eddie's on 24. Mike, Clock. I see you with Eddie all the time.
Clock is
Only
on
Fridays
live.
and
Clock
Saturdays,
is live
and
a
then
lot.
mine's Sunday.
Yeah, Clock is live a lot.
Then I'm with him too. So I do
just come and
17
live.
17 lives a week.
So, and when Clock is live, sometimes on Sunday, his wife is on the front.
Yes,
right?
I see that.
She's
Yep.
sitting in the front, like where he is, right? And then and when I see Mike sitting in the back, I always think to myself, now this is going to sound kind of stupid to you, right? Mike might pick up on it or whatever. I always think that's Mike in the corner. That's Mike not in the spotlight.
That's not in the spotlight. Yeah.
That's Mike
He
not
hates it
in the
too.
spotlight, losing
hates it.
his
Oh my
religion.
God.
Yeah.
He hates it with
Yeah,
a
gotta hate
passion.
REM.
Then he, right, look at him.
You'd never see a hand to go faster at a radio in your life. If I'm in the car and REM comes on, it's like
Right. So, like, I think his wife
Yep.
hates me though. She'll never speak to me ever again. Right. Like, I asked Mike to meet us at this really great crab restaurant in Maryland, right, this summer. They'll probably never do it now because his wife.
she'll be all for it because
She hates me now because
she
I
likes
like,
crabs.
because every time the last couple times he went live, I posted lyrics to the song she hates the most in the world.
Yeah, Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup by Cody Keith, right? And I always, every time I post the lyrics, I'm watching, like I'm looking at her, like I'm watching her face on the camera. I'm like, does she see
Oh,
it yet?
she'll give you a reaction.
Does she see it yet? Does she see it? Then finally she's just like I start to see the look on her face change. I was like, she saw it.
Mhm.
Oh my god! All right, guys. Thank you for
Great show.
hanging out. Yes.
Gracias,
I mean,
hermano.
wow.
Buenas noches. Dios te bendiga.
Bendición. Gracias. Tú te vas a hacer,
Good night, everyone.
Yanni.
Dominique.
Can somebody hit the SAP button on my computer?
Somebody hit this guy here.
Yeah, exactly. He used to sleep already.
He's
Oh
probably
yeah, Rob.
Like a we'll be on the live with Sherry in the morning at 9:30 in the morning. Then the Saturday stroll later at 6. I have a video on the stroll. Oh man! And then hopefully we'll be back again tomorrow night. Tonight at 10 p.m. if Mike is up to it. It's up to him. If he says yeah, then
I got a party tomorrow, so it all depends on what time I get home from the party.
you mean tonight?
Well, yeah.
So you let me know. Otherwise, we'll do
I'll
it.
give you. I'll shoot you a text.
Yeah. If you're not up to it, then we'll go clear. Then Sunday, Jeremy has a live at 3 o'clock Eastern. Is Cheryl?
Yeah,
2 p.m. your time.
Your time. Yeah.
Remember, I got
2 p.m. our time. Yeah.
More specific on my side now, because you guys say 2 o'clock, and then
Yep.
I'm like, okay, does that mean
I know.
Central
I
or
hate
what?
that whole central thing.
Yeah. And
Yep.
then
I speak.
you have one
I speak
tonight.
Central.
You have one later on Sunday.
No,
right?
not
Only
this
one
Sunday. I tried to get some guests, but I haven't heard back. So if there's nobody coming in, then I'll skip it for the week.
And then 7 o'clock at the schmuck above you has a
Schmuck.
yeah, that schmuck right there next to me. Mike has some videos coming on soon, and Mr. Scott Master Drill, we'll see him Monday morning. So
Yeah.
until then, fellows, you guys have a great night. Enjoy, relax, stay out of trouble, because I got no money for bail. So if you get stuck, you're stuck.
I'm
Capiche?
calling you.
Capiche? Capiche?
Yep. Capiche.
Yeah.
Capiche.
All right, guys.
Everybody in the chat, thank you very
Thanks.
much for hanging out with us. The few that are still here, we appreciate that. Emily, especially you. Have
Yeah.
a great night, and I know soon you're gonna be flying to the Philippines, and I hope you take a lot of pictures and videos. You guys ride Muppets in unison. Have nothing with me.
It's a troll. That's a troll. You know.
Yeah, because no, we don't do Muppets. We do
Yeah,
real cars.
I ride them, in unison with. Well, I was gonna say with your mother, but yeah, of course I said.
Yeah. Your mother.
Shalom,
Oh,
shalom.